Hello everyone and welcome to the third iteration of the Center of the Universe. Now, you have just seen No Way Out about 24 hours ago, I'd imagine, by the time this episode goes up. And I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you all enjoyed the send-off for 2K19. There is plenty that we need to get to in today's episode. We're going to be talking about 4 things, and some are going to be 5 things even, I think. Some are going to be quite important for you all to know. And I will waste no time in getting into some of them. I'm going to get some easy laundry out of the way, shall we say, before we get into the real meat of why everyone's here, and that is because of the people who will be released from this universe heading into 2K20, and everyone, of course, who is going to make their way up from NXT to Raw, SmackDown, and ECW. Before we do that, however, I want to announce that, as you may have seen, underneath this video, there is a feature called Join. Now, you may have seen this on other channels, both in the 2K community and outside of it. The Join feature, basically a membership of the channel. You pay some money, and you get certain rewards. The same is happening here. I'm selling out, I know, but the reality is that for just as little as $1.99, in fact, for as much as $1.99 a month, that's the only tier there is, and probably will only be for a long, long time, you will get exclusive emojis to use in the, or emotes to use, I think would be a better way of saying it, in the Premier Chat. You'll have a logo by your name in the Premier Chat, and the true selling point in my mind, you will gain access to every single episode of Universe 24 hours before they air. So, for $1.99 a month, that is $1.99 in euros, that is $1.99, £1.99. I don't know what other currencies people may use who watch my videos, but for that little, you get access to every episode, including the pay-per-views, and yes, even WrestleMania, 24 hours before everyone else, in order to enjoy and watch, and really as the massive reward for paying in my opinion, the small fee, that is your huge reward right there and then. I may add more as time goes on, maybe Discord related. If you haven't joined the Discord, by the way, link in the description. It's free for anyone to join. And I think that's I think that's going to be the kind of like the main thing really about it, is that I can understand why people might not want to sign up for emojis and emotes, but 24 hours before a video goes live and you get it, so you get WrestleMania 24 hours before it would drop for everyone else in a premiere. You won't get it in a premiere, it'll just be uploaded and that'll be that, but you will get it 24 hours before it is out for everyone else. So if you are interested in signing up, please go ahead and do so. I would immensely appreciate it. I would be forever thankful for you all, and that would be fantastic is what it would be, and I would love you forever. Now that that is out of the way, I think it is time we get to the big part of this episode, of what we are actually here for. There is plenty more that I'm going to be discussing. I believe there are 2 more things that I'm going to be discussing after this is done. But until then, I have to go through the releases for people from Raw, SmackDown, and ECW, and of course NXT, and those who are going up from NXT to Raw, SmackDown, ECW. Now, in terms of the people who are going up from NXT, I will only be listing those who weren't on NXT TakeOver the End. Those who were on NXT TakeOver the End, all of them, of course, are making their way up to the main 3 brands, but I'm not going to tell you which ones. You're gonna have to find that one out by watching on your own over the weeks and maybe even months, depending on when some guys' calls drop for those talents. But right now, I'm going to start off with the releases, and then we're going to be looking at the graduates. So to start off with, Monday Night Raw, who has actually, I think, tied with NXT the biggest number of releases. We have Curtis Axel, Damian Sandow, because he's dead, TM61, Natalya, Nia Jax, the Young Bucks, the Ascension, and the 2 biggest releases in this entire pool, Rosemary and Ronda Rousey. Yeah, that's a lot going from Monday Night Raw, I know. But all of those pretty much, most of them weren't serving a purpose. Natalya wasn't, Nia Jax hadn't been seen since the draft. TM61 were jobbers, Axel was a jobber, Sandow was killed. Young Bucks were jobbing, Ascension are out because they're not in 2K20. For whatever reason. And Rosemary and Ronda Rousey, the honest fact was, after the feud with Tessa Blanchard, I had run out of things for them to do. Also, I should have said this will include spoilers from No Way Out. But I had run out of things for them to do. I had nothing else that I really wanted to do. They just kind of felt like their time had passed. And I know Rousey only had a year around, but let's be real, she had a fantastic year as well. It was an incredible time to book her for that year. Rosemary goes down in history as the longest reigning women's champion of all time right now. So, at the time of recording this, anyway. So, I think they can leave with their heads held high. The rest of them, guys like the Ascension, I'm sad. I'm kind of gutted they weren't in 2K20. I was looking forward to using them, but oh well. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Anyway, SmackDown Live. Some of these you would have found out already. I mean, by some, I mean CM Punk, of course, who had his final match at No Way Out against Bobby Fish. CM Punk will be leaving SmackDown Live. So too will Eric Young and Killian Dane, Miko Satomura, Bad Luck Fale, and Jason Jordan will be taking a sabbatical, which could potentially be a release. To explain some of these releases, I already explained Punk. EY, nothing for him to do. Killian Dane, not in the game. Miko Satomura, didn't do anything the moment she arrived on SmackDown Live. Bad Luck Fale, jobber. Jason Jordan, not in 2K20. Would have been liking to look forward to using him, but I think there's going to be a sign that we're going to be using a lot of cores this year in terms of alter tires and guys who aren't in the game who are going to be kind of staying in universe. So that's why I called it only a sabbatical. Hopefully he'll only be out for the year and he'll be back for 2K21, but otherwise, if he's not, it will be a full-time release. Right now, though, just a sabbatical. So SmackDown Live, that's it. It's 1, 2, 3, 6, I believe. 5 if you don't count Jason Jordan. So not that many whatsoever. ECW now we get to. And there are some releases for the A show to go through, including Wolf, Austin Aries, Brian Kendrick, who of course quit a number of months ago, Chris Jericho, who wrestled his last match in No Way Out, Neville, who was forced to leave due to the stipulation in said Jericho match, Christopher Daniels, and Minoru Suzuki. All of them, if you had to ask me, pretty self-explanatory. Jericho and Neville, of course, were storyline related. Kendrick quit. And the rest are just nothing going on for them, I think is the best way of putting it. And I think it's just best that they make their way out of this universe and free up some core spaces for the other guys as well. Now that's it for NXT. It's not really, that's really it for ECW. Sorry, not really much to talk about. But there, yes, Leo Rush is staying in the game. Yes, I will find a core of him because I've spent the last year pushing Leo Rush. And if 2K don't want to put him in the game, well, fuck. I'm going to keep on using him. Anyway, for NXT now, this is probably going to be the important one. We have Gran Metalik, Josh Woods, Mike Kanellis, Titus O'Neil, TJP, Ty Dillinger, Billy Kay, Mayu Iwatani, Mickie James, Peyton Royce, and the one that's going to get quite a few people upset, Hideo Itami. They are all going to be leaving. They're all out of NXT. They're all out of the universe as well. Some guys a little bit easier to explain than others. Kanellis said he was leaving. Titus was a jobber. Ty was a jobber. The Iconics were jobbers. Mickie James was a jobber. Mayu Iwatani just couldn't really hit the ground running with it. Most of them are just the case of jobbers. Hideo Itami was down to the perspective of, I realized if I put him on any brand, be it Raw, SmackDown, ECW, or whatever, I just don't think he would have been able to break through the mold, break through the crowd, shall we say, and make something happen for him. I think he would have just been lost in the shuffle. I think he would have been in second matches of the night, losing to guys who are getting their pushes, and that would be about it. I don't think there was anything for Hideo Itami. So rather than ruin him, I think it's just best to release him and focus on someone else. And of course, he's not in 2K20 either. So that's the releases. I'll clarify them for you one more time. I'll go through them in like a Spark Notes version. For Monday Night Raw, we have Curtis Axel, Damian Sandow, Nick Miller, Shane Thorne, Natalya, Nia Jax, The Young Bucks, The Ascension, Rosemary, and Ronda Rousey. From SmackDown Live, we have CM Punk, Eric Young, Killian Dane, Miko Satomura, Bad Luck Fale, and Jason Jordan taking a year sabbatical. ECW, we have Wolf, Austin Aries, Brian Kendrick, Chris Jericho, Neville, Minoru Suzuki, and Christopher Daniels. And for NXT, we have Gran Metalik, Hideo Itami, Josh Woods, Mike Kanellis, Titus O'Neil, TJP, Ty Dillinger, Billy Kay, Mayu Iwatani, Mickie James, and Peyton Royce. Now, it's in terms of the graduates from NXT to Monday Night Raw. As I've said before, I will only be naming those who weren't on NXT TakeOver The End. If you want to find out who's going to be from NXT TakeOver The End on those respective brands, you're going to have to wait and find out. But from NXT to Monday Night Raw, first off, we will see the Street Profits, Juice Robinson, who of course we've already seen on Monday Night Raw, Cassius Ohno, Roppongi 3K, CCK, and Candice LeRae. So SmackDown Live, we have EC3 and MJF, the duo known as Perfect, Big E, Elias, the Usos, and Hangman Page. And finally, to ECW, we have Kalisto and Xavier Woods. I know that is a very small list from ECW. Are there some that I'm hiding who were on NXT TakeOver The End? Yes. But yes, to clarify that one more time, I'll go through them once again really quick for the those going to the respective brands from NXT. To Monday Night Raw, you have the Street Profits, Juice Robinson, Cassius Ohno, Roppongi 3K, CCK, and Candice LeRae. To SmackDown Live, you have EC3 and MJF, Big E, Elias, the Usos, and Hangman Page. And to ECW, you have Kalisto and Xavier Woods. My apologies. The reason why some are longer than others is because Raw released a lot of people, and Raw needed a lot of people as well to fill in some blanks. It had too many jobbers, it needed to get rid of them and bring in some good mid-card talent. SmackDown Live, pretty much the same, lacking in a lot of depth, especially in that mid-card region. ECW, we're pretty set, to be honest, so we didn't release that many. Those that we released was basically dead weight, and we didn't really need to bring in a bunch of people for it. Now, I'm going to get to some also big news. So that's the releases out of the way. We're still not done here, even though this episode was supposed to be only centered around the releases. We're not done with the releases. We're not done with the game just yet. Or this episode just yet, rather. Because now we have to talk about the effective elephant in the room, shall we call it. WWE 2K20 itself. Now, and completely different edit. Hey, this is actually after the entire thing was recorded. I recorded all of it and then realized there was stuff I needed to change about what I said that you're not seeing, because even though I said it, I cut it out. Anyway, this is in regards to something that I also forgot to clarify in that last little bit. No Way Jose I also forgot to include. Yeah, he's gone. Forget about it. He's also been released. The main thing that I wanted to use this portion of the Center of the Universe to talk about was actually a question that's been asked a lot more frequently over the last 2 weeks, and a question that I will of course be looking to answer right here, right now. That is in regards to WWE 2K20. Now, it goes without saying, if you have not been living under a rock, you know the current state of 2K20 and the current reaction to it, shall we say, within the community. It has been far from positive, I think is the nicest way of putting it. And I'm certainly in and amongst that group. I believe the game was released unfinished. I believe the foot of the blame does not rest at Visual Concepts, because I believe they were shoved into a scenario where they had no idea what they were doing, no idea how to operate it all. They were just forced into it in almost an unfair fashion and just expected to finish what you started. I think the foot of the blame rests at 2K. I think they know what they were getting themselves into. I think they knew the game was going to be bad, and I think they were okay with getting a cash grab out of it. And that sucks, to put it simply. But that is annoyingly and unfortunately the way things have gone. Of course, at the time that I'm recording this, a patch came out for it the other day. That patch did not fix too much in terms of creation-wise. Gameplay is much better now and it's much smoother. Still wouldn't say it's as good as 2K19, but it's smoother. And the creation side of things is a nightmare. There's no other way of saying it. It is a nightmare. However, I have kind of redacted myself from answering this question, or refused to answer this question, I guess, for the longest time. Because for a while, my answer was going to be I was going to wait until the game was fixed to move on to it. As a matter of fact, that is what I edited out. In the footage that almost went up when you're watching this, I said that I was going to wait until the patch came out, which I believed, because of the 2K tweet they put out, was coming out this week, the week that most of you are going to be watching it, not last week. I believe the last week was also too soon to release the patch. I would have rather them have worked on this patch for another week and then maybe fixed a few more problems that are persisting within the game. That's just my opinion, though. However, to answer the question about this, yes, we will be moving to WWE 2K20, but not entirely just yet. By that, I mean matches are going to be done on WWE 2K20's engine. It's not going to be the case where you're going to see 3 matches done on 20, and then a match involving a core is going to be done on 19 because there's a better core of that person on 19. That's not how things are going to work. However, in regards to backstage stuff, say, I don't know, like a little backstage beatdown, a backstage vignette involving a core, or something that involves highlight reel for more than 20 seconds, that's for certain, or more than 7 seconds even, then absolutely I'm going to be using 2K19 for that stuff. It's going to take time for, especially with the bugs right now in Creation Suite, especially with the custom logo bugs, for there to be like a decent Okada, a decent Naito, people like that. So it's not going to be a case where just, bam, they're going to be in 2K20 and they're going to be on the quality of Raidi's Kazuchika Okada core from 19, which was potentially the greatest core I've ever seen. It's not going to be the case, is it, right now? Because the game simply isn't prepared for that. However, the reality is, yes, the majority of what you'll be seeing is on 20, but there will be elements that will be in 19 for a while. And I do mean for a while because over these next few weeks, I'm going to be bulk recording content up until about mid-January. So even if a game patch does come out during that time, I may not have it, and they may be much better cores that are released when the video is, but the reality may well be that I didn't have them at the time. So, to make this simple as possible, moving to 20, yes. Keeping 19 as a backlog for some stuff, i.e. the use of backstage segments and stuff involving highlight reel that lasts longer than 5 seconds. The date, next Monday. Monday, November the 11th. I will be taking the rest of the week off to prepare for 2K20, also to just relax and kind of just enjoy some time to myself. Of course, I'm going into my final year of university right now, so there's a lot of stuff going on that side. I've got some me problems to attend to as well, so, you know, I've taken a lot of breaks recently, for me at least, but I feel as if this is one that is necessary. I feel as if this is one I need to take, and you know, it's only going to be, today is Tuesday, I think, when you're seeing this, so it's only going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 6 days off, and then I'll be back, hopefully, ready and raring to go with Raw on Monday, SmackDown on Wednesday, ECW on Friday, on our way to the pay-per-views. I'm not set on the pay-per-view release dates for the brand-exclusive pay-per-views. Also, the names are not final, but we'll be working them out over the next 2 weeks or so, I imagine. However, I can reveal right now that Survivor Series will be the first pay-per-view of WWE 2K20, and it will be on December the 8th. The key question, of course, if you watched No Way Out, if you didn't, spoiler, will we have Kazuchika Okada versus Seth Rollins? But that clarifies everything. I've been through all the releases, I've been through the sellout part of the start, and I've been through the reality for 2K20. So from now until next Monday, no videos. Don't expect there to be any videos because there simply aren't going to be. You can use this time to go watch other fantastic creators. There are some, of course, on the channel sidebar as well that I can highly recommend. You could use it to go back and watch old episodes. You could use it to go back and catch up. You could use it to, I don't know, continue on your pledge to No Nut November. I don't fucking know where I'm going with this one. Anyway, I'm now just rambling on because I script these episodes incredibly poorly. But to clarify, Spark Notes membership thing that's happening. It'll be up by the time that this video is out. The releases and the signings. Like I said, the people from NXT TakeOver the End have not been revealed. Some probably going to be more obvious than others. Others, though, you're just going to have to wait and see what's happening. And WWE 2K20. We'll see you on Monday for that one. Survivor Series, December the 8th. Jot your calendars down or whatever, if people still use them. And that is when Survivor Series will be. So I will see you guys next Monday for Monday Night Raw. Until then, enjoy the rest of your week, whatever it may be. Happy Bonfire Day or Bonfire Night to anyone in the UK. And I will see you guys on Monday. Take care, guys. And ta-ra.